Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing language of corporate filings to find the juicy bits. Today we're diving into a report from Functional Brands Incorporated that has some interesting changes brewing. Alright, so what we have here is a Form 8K filing, which is basically a report of a major event that shareholders should know about, and the earliest event reported here is February 1st, 2026. This filing is from Functional Brands Incorporated, and they've made a pretty significant change to how their shareholder meetings will run. The core of this report is about a change in their bylaws. Bylaws are like the internal rulebook for a company, and this amendment is all about quorum requirements for shareholder meetings. Now, why should you care about quorum? Think of it like this. For any official business to happen at a shareholder meeting, a certain percentage of the company's shares, represented either in person or by proxy, need to be present. That is the quorum. Without enough shares showing up, the meeting can't make any decisions. Before this change, Functional Brands Incorporated needed a majority of their outstanding capital stock to be present to reach this quorum. That means more than 50% of all the shares that can vote had to be accounted for. That is a pretty high bar and can make it tough to get things done. But now, they've changed that rule. The company has decided that only 33.4%, so about a third of the outstanding capital stock, will be needed to form a quorum. This is a pretty big shift. The company says they made this change to make it easier to hold shareholder meetings. This tells us that in the past, they might have struggled to get enough shareholders to show up, leading to postponed or cancelled meetings. By lowering the requirement, they significantly increase the chances that their meetings will be able to conduct business. For investors, this means that important decisions might be made more readily, and the company might be able to act more decisively. Looking at their stock, it is listed on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC under the ticker symbol MEHA. This is their common stock, and it is quite common for companies to have a very low par value like this, which is essentially a nominal accounting value. Interestingly, Functional Brands Incorporated identifies itself as an emerging growth company. This status comes with certain regulatory benefits, especially regarding financial reporting. However, they have indicated they will not be using the extended transition period for complying with new or revised financial accounting standards. This suggests they are aiming to keep up with the latest accounting rules, which is generally a positive sign for transparency. So, digging into the specifics of this change to the bylaws, it directly impacts the rights of security holders. By lowering the quorum percentage, the company is essentially making it easier for management and the board to conduct business without needing as much direct shareholder representation at meetings. While this can streamline operations, it also means that a smaller proportion of the total shareholder base can now make decisions for the entire company. This is something shareholders should keep an eye on. This amendment itself is filed as Exhibit 3.1. It is the official document that details this change. While we don't have the full text of the amendment here, the description makes it clear that the threshold for a quorum has been significantly reduced. And as usual, the report is signed off by the company's leadership, in this case Eric Pentrog, the Chief Executive Officer, on the 4th of February 2026. This is just a procedural step to finalize the filing. Now let's think about what this all means. Functional Brands Incorporated is making it easier for them to get shareholder meetings done. On one hand, this can lead to quicker decision making and more efficient corporate governance. They can pass resolutions and move forward with strategic initiatives without the constant worry of not meeting quorum. This could be particularly useful if the company plans to undertake significant corporate actions in the near future. However, there is a flip side. A lower quorum requirement means that a smaller percentage of shareholders actually needs to be present to approve matters. This could potentially reduce shareholder influence, especially for minority shareholders. If a large portion of shareholders are disengaged or unable to attend meetings, a relatively small group could end up making decisions that affect everyone. This dynamic can sometimes concentrate power and might raise concerns about accountability if not managed carefully. The fact that they are an emerging growth company and are choosing not to extend compliance with new accounting standards is a positive signal about their commitment to modern financial reporting. But the bylaw change is the main story here. It is a strategic move that balances the need for efficient corporate action with the principle of broad shareholder participation. Investors should feel comfortable that the company is being transparent about this change, but they should also be aware of the implications for their own ability to influence company decisions through meetings. In conclusion, Functional Brands Incorporated has proactively addressed potential hurdles in holding shareholder meetings by lowering the quorum requirement. This is a practical adjustment that could foster smoother operations. However, it is crucial for shareholders to remain engaged and aware of their rights and the company's direction. The company's future performance will ultimately depend on how well they leverage this newfound operational agility to drive growth and shareholder value. What are your thoughts on this bylaw change? Do you think it is a smart move for efficiency or a potential risk to shareholder voice? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.